All right, so it's about noon the next day. My bread has been in my proofing basket overnight. Just gonna take the lid off here. You can see it's firmed up, so that's good. Next step is we're going to transfer this to a piece of parchment paper, and we'll transfer it to the Dutch oven, which has been preheating in my regular oven. So I'm going to turn this out onto the parchment paper. I'm actually going to shake off some of this extra flour. It doesn't really matter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a really sharp knife and I'm going to score it. So you don't want to score it flat. You kind of want to cut it on an angle to make a nice ear. So I'm just going to do one swift cut like that. The bread is going to split no matter what, so this just makes it so you tell it where you want it to split. So next, I'm going to take my Dutch oven out. It's been preheating 450. Lid off. Now I'm going to move or transfer this. This is just parchment paper into the Dutch oven. The lid back on. And I'm actually going to reduce the oven temperature to 425. And I'm going to make the lid on for 35 minutes. Important that the lid is on. We'll see you in 35 minutes. All right, so my timer just went off. I'm about to get the moment of truth here. So what we want to do is take the lid off, which is going to allow the crust to form. Cooking with the lid on allowed the moisture to stay in and really open up the crumb. So here we go. I'm gonna see at the same time I do. It smells amazing in here. Lid off, and oh yeah, that's the good stuff. Let's close it all back up. Nice ear on that. Continue baking now for 15 to 20 more minutes. I'm gonna check mine at 15 and we'll go then. All right, my timer's gone off. Look at that beauty. All right, so now you want to transfer it. I want to pick it up by the parchment. You put it on a cooling rack, and you are not going to touch it for at least 4 hours. It's hard, I know, but you want to cut into it and take a look. But if you cut it too early, you'll make it gummy. You need time for all the steam and everything that's inside the loaf to settle, cool down. It'll go stale really quickly if you cut it too early. So I know this is the hardest part, but you can't touch it for 4 more hours until it's nicely cooled. So just a couple things to show you while this is cooling. So you can see the nice line here. This is where we cut our bread, and you can see it really opened up. And it's when it's sprung in the oven, you can see it grew by probably a factor of 2 or 3. You can see we've got some nice open crumb already, so that's a really good sign. That means we're gonna have some nice air bubbles inside. That's our starter doing its job in the bulk fermentation. And a nice ear. Man, this thing smells good. Can't wait to cut into it. Loaf is cooled all afternoon. It's dinner time. Let's eat. Let's check it out. So nice thick crust on it. Pretty good. The bubbles will be bigger the farther in you go, and I need a new bread knife. Perfect. Look at that. It looks really good. Lots of air inside. It smells great. You can keep your bread fresh for about a day on the cutting board. Just put the cut side down when you're done with it. And after that, you can throw it in a Ziploc bag, and I'm sure it won't last much longer than that. So hope you enjoyed and were able to follow along, and good luck with your sourdough.